How I'm Feeling is the latest single from Melbourne, Australia band Public Figures. And if you're new to them or want to learn more, please stick around. This is All Gas, No Trash. My name's Adam, and welcome back to the program. And welcome to a brand new episode. Before we get underway, we do have to do the Game Rage No Curse Minute, where we kill the first 60 seconds of the program in order to play nice with the YouTube algorithm with no cursing and no swearing whatsoever. First off, I want to give a quick thanks to everybody that has been listening to our program on RSS, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or anywhere else you've been listening. We appreciate it. Big thank you to everybody that has subscribed in the last couple weeks. We are now at 128 followers and counting. Thank you so much. Please continue to do so. And lastly, we do have Sophio's album review on the way next week, so be on the lookout, and that'll be the Game Rage No Curse Minute. Let's get to the episode and talk about Public Figures, a band from Melbourne, Australia, a thriving city in terms of music across different genres, including house with Dugong Jr., soul music with Wilson, who just released her second album called Bloom, which we did an album review if you want to check that out. There's a great post-punk band in Gut Health, and of course we have Public Figures, the rock/punk rock group from Melbourne as well. And I just think that Australia at this moment is one of the thriving scenes in terms of punk or even its subgenres, with bands like 1-800-Mikey, GT, Chow Chow, which I think is also from Melbourne, Public Figures, Gut Health. There's just so many great bands that are coming out of Australia, and a lot of them are in the Melbourne scene. It's just so cool to see. And when I found Public Figures and I heard Onto Something, I was like, holy fuck, another band from Melbourne that's this good. This is one of the great music scenes at this moment. And if you haven't gotten around to checking out Public Figures and their song Onto Something, watch the music video. It is so cool. It reminds me of 1979 from Smashing Pumpkins, with these kids that have fuck all to do and they're all just driving around in this car. But of course, Public Figures has a much cooler car. I think it's a Mustang, and they're just driving around what I believe is Melbourne, and it's just got a cool hangout vibe, and it's such a great track. So please check that out. I think we're going to list it as one of the end cards for this episode, so be on the lookout for that. One of the neat things that I found out about Public Figures while Googling them is they previously played a bill with Gut Health months back. I mean, we're talking February 16th of 2025. They played on a bill together at a place called the John Curtin Hotel. And if I lived in Australia, that would have been the place to be or show to be at, because I think both these bands are fucking fantastic. And I can't wait to check out the latest track from Public Figures, which is called How I'm Feeling. So let's go ahead and give it a listen. We're going to listen to How I'm Feeling from Public Figures. Pull it up on your digital streaming platform of choice. The song again is called How I'm Feeling from Public Figures. Going in. Welcome back. That was Public Figures with their track called How I'm Feeling. And you can let us know how you're feeling about this track in the comments section. All right, so I want to start off by saying that while I think this track was good, it had the potential to be great. I want to preface in saying that this track was rather surprising to hear from Public Figures compared to some of their other releases. This one sounds more contemporary, like it could have taken place in the 90s. It almost has like a Blur-ish quality to it. If you are familiar with the Blur, Damon Albarn and Song 2 and all that crap, especially in the latter portion of the track. But yeah, it's just a really surprising song to hear from Public Figures. I don't know if we're going to get more surprises like that going forward. I think I've come to expect them to play more songs in the 70s rock or 70s punk rock type of sound, but this was just so cool to hear. But the issues that I had with this song were that in the first minute 30 seconds, all we have are Gigi and Evie singing over a rhythm guitar, a distorted rhythm guitar, and then the second portion where it kicks into second gear, you add in a lead guitar and a drum beat machine or drum beat pattern, which I don't know how I feel about it. It feels kind of I don't know what word I want to use, but I'm going to use amateurish, and I don't want to use that in a derogatory way. It just I didn't particularly care for it. And then the last third, when it gets really explosive, when the actual drum kit shows up and it starts banging on the snare or whatever, it sounds so much better. Like, I just wish we got more of that quicker. If you only truncated the first minute 30 seconds of the song down to like 30 seconds and we got to the last third of the song a bit quicker, I think that would take a good song to even great or spectacular. And that's only the real criticism I have about the track. The mixing is great. I love the vocals from Gigi and Evie, but a bit of a letdown. But maybe this track will sit better with me over the course of time. I just need to sit with it and see if my opinions still hold. But overall, like I said, I think it's a decent track. I really love Public Figures. I think they're a great band. And if you haven't already done so, make sure you follow them on Instagram. And if you're in Australia, make sure you buy tickets for their shows, buy their merch, all that crap. This wasn't going to be a particularly long episode. We just wanted to cover the single. But actually, I think I do have something to add. I wanted to talk about the cover art very quickly. I think it has like a classic punk rock look to it. And the thing that comes to mind is the Bullet EP from the Misfits with John F. Kennedy having that bullet piercing the back of his skull. I don't know what it is about that specific EP that comes to mind when I look at Public Figures cover art for this single, but that's the thing that comes to mind for me. I'd love to hear from the band itself if they were inspired at all by the Misfits cover or perhaps even a band like the Sex Pistols, but I don't know. That's just something that came to mind right now that I had to share very quickly. But anyways, that's going to be the end of the episode. Thank you so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you all next time.